And hello YouTube, GSmaniamsmart here. In today's video, we're taking a look at the upcoming competitive feature pack that's supposed to be releasing June 6th, I believe. We'll be getting a new PvP season, a World vs. World update, and some automated tournaments. Let's talk about that today. What's up guys, GSmaniamsmart here to another brand new video for Gaming with GS. Glad to have you. Welcome to another video. If you haven't been new to the channel, new to any of my videos, I want to welcome you as well, and I encourage you to subscribe to your channel. Plenty of other Guild Wars 2 videos on the channel. We cover Guild Wars 2 news, we cover the patches, we do story recaps, gold guides, gameplay guides, all kinds of cool stuff. So if you're interested in Guild Wars 2, interested in gaming, I encourage you to hit that subscribe button as well as that post notification bell so you can stay up to date with all the most recent videos. So we finally got news for Guild Wars 2. There's a brand new blog post up on the Guild Wars 2 website in the news section. If you haven't checked it out yet, don't worry, we'll cover everything and more in this video. There's going to be a June 2017 competitive feature pack coming on June 6th. On June 13th and June 20th, they'll be releasing the other parts of this competitive feature pack. And I'm glad that they're doing feature packs again, because feature packs were one of these really cool updates that they put into the game that didn't really give a lot of content, but gave you a lot of quality of life features, a lot of new features for your character and for general gameplay. I remember the Salvage All was part of a feature pack that was really well received. And I think it was part of that same feature pack that had some changes made with the camera and the camera angles, as well as I think we had another small feature pack that dealt with the voice chatter. You could turn the voice chatter off. So the feature packs that they've released in the past have been pretty solid. A lot of people have been liking them, and I'm glad that they're releasing another feature pack, but this time focusing a bit more on the competitive side of the game. Now, this feature pack will include updates to PvP, structured PvP, ranked PvP, and World vs. World. And I think a lot of people are going to be happy about the World vs. World updates, because it looks like we're going to be getting everything that we've been complaining about for a while now regarding rewards. One of the biggest setbacks for World vs. World is rewards, and it seems like that's one of the biggest things they're going to be trying to solve for this next feature pack releasing on June 6th in exactly 1 week. So next Tuesday, this should all be live in game. As far as the World vs. World stuff goes, some of the PvP stuff will be coming later, June 13th and June 20th. Which my guess then is that we'll probably get the next episode for Living World sometime in July. Maybe those 2 weeks after the June 20th release, 2 weeks after, we'll get the July release. So maybe we're looking at July 14th, July 17th, around that area. Maybe late July we'll get the next episode. Really excited for that as well. However, before we jump into all the details for this feature pack, I do want to quickly talk about something that Chris clearly mentioned. This is one of the developers for ArenaNet. Now, one of the farms that has been in game, and it's not really a very profitable farm. One of the reasons why I haven't really made a video on it either, because you don't get a lot of profit off of this farm. But there is a farm that a lot of engineers are doing, where you can farm for leather. Now the problem is that there are a lot of people that are botting this, or I don't want to say a lot of people, but there are some people that are botting this farm, where they just let their character sit in the game. They're inactive. The actual person is not on the computer, and they're just constantly killing things with turrets. Now, this obviously is unnatural gameplay, and it's not normal gameplay, something that ArenaNet is trying to fight against. Apparently, they're saying they're looking at the engineer leather farm bots, and they're working on it. They're trying to find solutions, but quite honestly, they're continuously not looking at the root of the problem. If people are botting this farm and taking advantage of this farm, it's not because they want to make money. It's not because they want to just get a bunch of kills. It's because they want leather. And leather is one of these items that's so hard to come across in the game, and it's so expensive, and you need so much of it. The root of this problem is leather. If people had a bunch of leather, no one will be doing this farm, because nobody's doing this farm for gold. There are much better ways to farm for gold in this game than this leather farm that engineers and their turrets are doing. So this is clearly the cause of this is that people want lots of leather, and they don't want to use the gold to buy it. So if they fix the root cause of this, which is leather, if they reduce the amount of leather needed, which is something a lot of people have been saying they should do, then I think this would disappear and we wouldn't have people botting this farm. So that's just a little note that we had from Chris. Clearly, I thought I mentioned to you in case you were worried about this issue. They are looking at it, and they're also looking at other farms and botting as well, apparently. So we'll have to see what changes they make for those specific problems. Now, as I said earlier in the video, there's going to be 3 sections of releases. It seems like every week there's going to be a new release for this feature pack. June 6th, we'll get the World vs. World stuff. June 13th, we'll get PvP Season 7. And June 20th, we'll get the automated tournaments. I'll go a little more in detail in all these segments as the video progresses, but for June 6th, we'll be getting the main updates for World vs. World, and this includes an improved LFG system, which I'm glad they're finally improving, because the World vs. World section in LFG is completely abandoned. I've seen more people use the player versus player section in LFG than people use the World vs. World section in LFG. This is one of these little areas in the LFG that no one really uses. I never see anybody there. I don't see anybody asking for groups, asking to join groups. It's usually just always empty. I've tried to use it once and I've never gotten anyone to join, so it's definitely something that needs improvement on, and I'm glad they're improving it. They're also going to be giving new rewards for World vs. World players, which I'm guessing is going to be Ascended Gear, because if it's not Ascended Gear, then this is a huge miss for developers. One of the things that everyone's wanted in World vs. World is Ascended Gear. Now, if we do get Ascended Gear, it's probably going to follow the same system as the PvP system for Ascended Gear, which means you'll probably need a Grandmaster's Mark. And the reason why I say this is because this is a new currency that they put into the game, and it just seems like an appropriate action. If they already have this new currency in the game, why not use it for World vs. World also if they're already using it for PvP? So it will require you to craft a few things still. And you'll probably need either the currency in World vs. World, the Badges of Honors. Maybe you'll need that, or maybe they'll introduce a whole new currency system. Apparently, skirmishing and sort of like a World vs. World Overhaul is supposed to come as well on June 6th. So who knows? Maybe they'll introduce a whole new currency even. But my guess is Badges of Honors are gonna be the currency for Ascended Gear if they actually put Ascended Gear into the rewards. I've also heard some people say they might add some legendary gear for World vs. World as rewards. I don't think they'll add legendary gear or legendary weapons. I think they might add a legendary backpack or something along those lines. This is something a lot of people have been wanting as well. There's a legendary fractal backpack, so people are assuming, and I'm right on that train with them as well, that I think they're going to be introducing a legendary World vs. World backpack, which would be great because that gives people to go for something legendary quality even in World vs. World, and it encourages people to play that game mode a lot more as well. So skirmishing updates are happening, reward updates are happening, some long awaited reward updates, and we also might be getting, and maybe this won't be coming, but we've been waiting for it, the tier 2 and tier 3 triumphant armor. Maybe that's coming as well. I've heard a few people mention that, but I don't really know if that's going to be coming because they're already putting a bunch of other things into the game. So who knows if they're going to add 2 more sets of armor. We know how long armor sets take, so maybe that won't be coming. But if it does, great. More skins for me, more skins for you, more skins for everyone to customize their character. Then on June 13th, PvP Season 7 will be starting, and this will start the next season, which means that you'll be able to rank up again. You'll have your placement matches as usual. Now, whether they're going to be allowing team queuing, we did hear at the start of Season 6, I believe, or in between Season 5 and Season 6, we did hear ArenaNet say that for Season 6, they are not going to allow team queuing. You can only queue with, I believe it was 2 people maximum. You couldn't queue with 4 or 5 people as you would have been able to do in Season 5 and Season 4, I believe. So Season 6, we only had solo queue and duo queue. So my guess is that they said they're going to allow team queuing after 1 season of no team queuing, so people can gather the teams together and they can have a fresh start with it. So we're probably going to get team queuing back in Season 7, which is great for those of you who love playing in teams. and great for people who have a couple friends and they want to make 3-man groups or 4-man groups. Now hopefully matchmaking will be improved so that some people don't get matched against full teams where it's a team of solo queuers versus a team of 4 or a team of 5 even sometimes. So matchmaking should be improved as well. We should see that improved for team queuing to be back in the game. If we don't get team queuing in Season 7, then I don't know where we're at. I don't know where we're at with that. Maybe it'll be next season. I'm pretty sure they'll talk about it when the patch notes go up. And whether we're getting a new map, I'm not sure either. Arena has released a couple of new maps for PvP recently, but for the last 3 patches, I think we haven't gotten a new PvP map. It would only make sense that, hey, this is a competitive feature pack. Why not add a new map? But then again, it's a feature pack, not really a content pack, so maybe we won't be getting a new PvP map. But if we do, that'd be great, because we are getting a new custom arena map for 2v2 battles, we'll talk about in just a second. Now, for the June 20th segment of the releases for the competitive feature pack, we'll be getting automated tournaments for PvP. Now, this allows players to compete in 3 daily tournaments for a chance to qualify for the monthly tournament. And if you win the monthly, or if you get a certain place in the monthly tournaments, you'll get some pretty big rewards. Now, what the ATs are, the automated tournaments, this was a feature that was available in Guild Wars 1. And Guild Wars 1 automated tournaments were a bit more integrated into the game and were very detailed and a lot more involved. You could do guild versus guild battles. Not only was there GVG support, but you also had points and rankings and a ton of different rewards based on how many points you had and all that sort of stuff. So it was very detailed in Guild Wars 1. I'm not sure how detailed it's going to be in Guild Wars 2. I don't think it's going to go that in-depth. I'm hoping they'll have support for guild versus guild battles, because after all, it's Guild Wars. So it'd be great to see if we have GVG support, but this is going to be its first initial release in the game, so maybe we'll have to wait for that to come in the future. But it's good to see that automated tournaments are being added to the game. This is something a lot of people have been waiting for a long time. For years now, people have been waiting for automated tournaments, and ever since the game got released, people thought that automated tournaments will be in it, and it wasn't in it, so now we're finally getting that. There has been a bit of skepticism going around as well that Arena might be moving their focus away from PvP and Guild Wars to do another project, because it's very similar to what happened in Guild Wars 1, where they allowed you to have heroes join you in dungeons. You could recruit the heroes and they'd help you fight in dungeons. And then, well, after that happened, then development for Guild Wars 1 kind of stopped and was lacking. So there might be, people are saying there might be a similar result because of these automated tournaments. But quite frankly, in my opinion, I don't think we're anywhere near that. A new expansion is coming out. I'm pretty sure there's going to be more expansions coming. The player base is only growing, and they're consistently putting updates out every 2 weeks. They've been on a pretty good streak right now, and a lot of the content they put into the game is pretty solid and top-notch quality. So the likelihood of them moving away from development in Guild Wars 2 just because of this little feature they're putting into the game is very unlikely, and I think is very low for them to move away from it. I think this is just a feature that a lot of people have been requesting, a lot of people have wanted, and it's taken them a while to get it implemented, and finally they're going to be adding it on June 20th. We're also apparently going to be getting a new custom arena map for 2v2 battles, and this is what I was saying earlier. Now, because it's a feature pack and not a content pack, because if this is a entirely new map for 2v2 battles that we've never seen before, then maybe we will get a new map for structured PvP as well. But my guess is that this might be Courtyard coming back. Courtyard is something that a lot of people have wanted back. It was a very popular game mode. It was also a very unpopular game mode. Some people didn't like Courtyard because it didn't really revolve around objectives or skill. It just revolved around killing people. It was like a team deathmatch. So I wouldn't be surprised if they bring Courtyard back for this 2v2 arena battle. They're terming it a new custom arena map, but maybe that's just because it's going to be Courtyard brought back, and now you can use it for 2v2 battles. So maybe that map will come back. Maybe we'll get a whole new map. If we do get a whole new map, will it be also available in regular structured PvP? I don't think so, because I imagine the map's going to be very small. But if we have another map in structured PvP, that would be great, because I love seeing new maps in in the selection maps that we already have. More variety is always better and always makes it a bit more fun. And lastly, we'll be getting a new and improved PvP lobby. My guess is not going to be one of these Winter's Day / Halloween things that they do. They're not going to probably redecorate. I think they're going to truly change it completely. Just like we had a rework with the Fractal lobby, I think they're going to rework the PvP lobby the same way. I think we're going to get not a completely new look, but just a rearrangement of things. Maybe less open space. There are a lot of things in the PvP lobby that people really don't use. The training gauntlets people use all the time, but there are a lot of areas that people really don't use or don't know about or don't bother going to, such as the place with the siege. You can test out the siege. I don't see a lot of people using that. I've never seen anyone use that. I've never used it myself, so maybe they'll be taking some things out that people don't use. Maybe they'll be adding some things that they think is necessary. But it's going to be a new and improved PvP lobby. How new and how improved it is, no one knows. I haven't seen any screenshots. We have no information on that. But my guess, it's going to be a rework very similar to how the Fractal lobby got reworked. And if that's the case, that's going to be really awesome because I really liked the rework of the Fractal lobby. So maybe I'll really like the rework of the PvP lobby as well. Hopefully they don't take away any of the services, because the PvP lobby still is one of the best places to go to for your trading post, for your bank, for your selling, just like World vs. World is. So hopefully that doesn't change. Hopefully all the services stay intact, because if they don't, people are gonna have a fit about that, as they usually do. But apart from that, that's everything that's going to be coming starting June 6th until June 20th. That is the competitive feature pack. So I imagine when they release the automated tournaments on June 20th, we'll probably not get an update for another 2 weeks, which would make it around the July 4th. Is it? July 4th, July 5th? Maybe that'll be the next update. And my guess is that around July 20th, now that I'm making the math a bit more in my head with the weeks in mind, around late July, we'll probably get the next episode in Living World Season 3. But who knows, maybe it'll take a bit longer because it is the last episode, so it has to be really epic. So that pretty much covers everything in today's video. Hopefully you found the timestamps in the description helpful. Apologies I didn't mention it earlier in the video, but just keep in mind to check the description constantly, because for videos like these where it's a bit more structured, a bit more planned, a bit more organized, we will have timestamps because a lot of you do request them and you find them helpful. So hopefully it's been helpful to you. I'll try to make a comment in the comment section as well in case you look down there before you watch the video. So thank you for watching. As always, if you liked the video, go ahead and leave a like. Would really appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and subscribe. Plenty of other Guild Wars 2 stuff coming and already on the channel. Thank you for all of you who watched yesterday's video. Really appreciate it. And the feedback that you left, always very appreciated. And if you have any questions or comments, any suggestions, anything you're excited about, anything that I may have missed that you may have gotten some extra information on, go and leave a comment down below. Make sure you check that comment section. There could be a chance I missed something, or maybe I did. Maybe I did a pretty good job of covering, but I'll be down there talking to you guys as usual. And that's pretty much it. If you want to check out my most recent video, click the annotation here. You want to check out a similar video, click the annotation here. Want to subscribe to my vlogging tutorial, my other channels, click the annotation here. And if you want to donate $1 to my Patreon page, you can click the annotation here. Thank you for watching. As always, this is GSmaniamsmart, and I'll be back sooner than you think. Don't go anywhere.